Most people make New Year's resolutions to achieve more, but all of my New Year's resolutions were focused on growing and documenting my growth. So, 365 days later, I have a compilation of things that I've learned. Hi, I'm Haven, and here are the 10 most pivotal things that I learned in 2025. All right, y'all, buckle up, because it's been a year, okay? The first thing that I learned was to control your controllables. This was in more ways than one, but 3 main ways. Number 1 was posting. I love posting, editing, sharing my story. There were so many times that I put so much effort into a video expecting it to do much better than it did, and the algorithm just tanked it, or it clearly wasn't that good. And then other times that I literally put no effort and this video blew up. Like, it can be so frustrating when you put a lot of energy into something and it doesn't turn out the way that you wanted it to. But within this, I learned, like, girl, the only thing that I can control is posting more videos. I can't control how the videos do, and I think that detachment really saved me mentally, because I was on the verge of crashing out. Second way was with people. You can't control nobody, okay? You can only control yourself. And I think taking that agency back and really giving yourself the permission to know that if you are not welcomed in a space, you can't control whether you're welcomed in a space or not, but you sure as heck can control if you go into it or not. You can't control whether they're talking behind your back or not, but you can control if you choose to interact with those people again and again. I think claiming that agency back and giving yourself the autonomy to choose, that really saved me this year. And then the third way was kind of on a similar note, but perception. I used to be so concerned with, oh my gosh, but do they think that I'm this way? It's less about not caring. It's not like I don't care anymore, but it is to say that I'm more selective about whose opinion I care about. And that saved me this year. The second is love is never wasted when it's shared. Y'all, Olivia Dean, she put her foot into that album, and I feel like I wasn't on the Olivia Dean train anytime until this really popular album came out, but I love the fact that she's making peace with relationships that have ended more mainstream. I think that for the longest time there was this ideation of, oh, he broke up with me, so F him, or, oh, we're not best friends anymore, so I don't like her, and she did this. Well, I like the fact of being able to disconnect from a relationship peacefully and still acknowledge that it was a great relationship while it lasted. Like, just because you've outgrown someone or you and somebody else don't align anymore doesn't at all negate the fact that you had a great time with them. And I love the fact that there's just so much love and peace and joy that is still being able to be acknowledged whilst also saying that this is no longer a relationship that serves you. I love that. And seeing that reflected in some of my relationships, it's just been really nice because there's no beef associated with not being friends anymore. And I really, really like that. Lesson number 3, my mind as an asset, or your mind as an asset. I read a couple of books this year having to do with money, and I took a course on economics. So just understanding what an asset is in general has made me really think about what is in my life and what I consider to be an asset and a liability. And I'm realizing for the longest time, I treated my mind as a liability because I would overthink and ruminate. But then one day it just clicked in my brain, and I was like, wait, low-key, my mind is an asset. Like, my mind governs everything that I do, and I should treat it as such. The thing that I find most fascinating with assets is you pour a lot into it. Like, for example, a stock portfolio, you're pouring money into it, hoping that you'll get a return on your investment. So similarly with my mind, I want to do similar things. I want to make sure that what I'm consuming is good for my mind. I want to make sure that who I hang around are contributing to the growth of my mind and not hindering it or giving me more loss than what I'd gain. One of the Bible verses that really helps me with that is the renewing your mind verse, Romans 12:2, and it says, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed through the renewing of your mind. Because honestly, you can't control the thoughts that you have. You can't control what just spurs up in your mind, but you can control, I'm going to ruminate on that. I'm going to overthink on that. I'm going to take that and let it fester in my heart. And for the longest time, I was doing that. So to give myself the permission to say, you know what, that is a thought that came in my mind, and I'm not going to give any attention to it. I'm just going to let it pass by. Or, you know, I really want to think about this thing and see how it can grow, and let my mind kind of infiltrate its crevices and grow into something nice. It feels so nice to think of my mind as something that is helpful instead of harmful. And that is something that I will definitely be keeping in 2026. So number 4 is it's in you. It's in you. It's in you. It's in you. Yes. I launched a podcast centered around career development and talking to people who are wildly successful and asking them, kind of just picking their brain on how they did it. And I had a conversation with my aunt. She wrote a book, award-winning, and it's called It's in You. Actually, I have it right here. It's called It's in You. And it is a children's book, but I love the simplicity of children's books because as adults, and especially as a Berkeley student, I think I'm so quick to overcomplicate something so simple. And what I found myself complicating this year, especially in the beginning half, was trying to grind to find purpose or trying to somehow manufacture my success. It's like, it's here, and I gotta get the 30-inch bust down, and I gotta read all these books, and I gotta listen to this girl. It's in you. It's in you. It's in you. It's in you. And especially with my journey with the Lord, I found that all of these external things will pass. All of them. The money, the riches, the clothes, the people, all of it will go away. But contentment and fulfillment within your life will only be found through Jesus, because Jesus, the Holy Spirit, dwells in you. It's always been in you. And to stop that pursuit and just be content. Oh, that was revolutionary for me this year. Seriously. Oh my goodness. Lesson number 5 was actually take time to document yourself. Actually take time to do it. This year, I've had a plethora of things to look back on. I have a journal. I have a self-improvement journal. I have my church Bible journal type thing. I recorded voice memos of myself. I recorded MacBook videos of myself, and I created content. And yes, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I just did whatever felt most like me in the moment. But just being able to look back on the evolution of myself in 2025 is such a blessing, because it really gave me something to work with today, December 31st, just looking at what I want to do for next year, but then also to appreciate how far I've come. Because there are some moments in videos and in journal entries where I really thought, oh crap, the world is gonna end, or I thought I'm doomed, or I was stressed about something. And just to be on the other side of that and know, girl, everything worked out. It gives me a sense of peace, and it gives me a sense of assurance that in moments in 2026 when this happens, I'll know, you know what, I'll have better awareness of the fact that, you know what, I've been through this before, I've been stressed before, I've been overwhelmed before, and guess what, everything turned out in the end. So this moment is not the end of the world. This is simply just another moment that will be added to the lineage of my story. Additionally, it allowed me to analyze my behavior and the thoughts that occur the most for me. Things that I am obsessed with or really, really want to do. One of those things is content. I love content, and I yap about it a lot in my journal. And things that kind of scare me, or things that I want to start that I'm a little afraid to do, that have been reoccurring for months on end, it really gives me a sense of what I truly love. And sometimes it's hard to just think of what that is. Like, oh, what do you love? Like I would hesitate just to recognize the patterns within what I am liking. It's really nice, and it gives me, again, something to work with for 2026. Lesson number 6 is I want crow's feet and smile lines. I want them bad. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, I'm gonna get Botox when I'm older. No, I want them. I think it is a badge of honor. Truthfully, I really, really do. And I want deep crow's feet. I want deep smile lines, because that means that joy is one of the most repetitive emotions that you've had. I love that. I had this really amazing experience. There was an older woman, and we're at the bus stop, and I have my headphones on, like I'm in my own world, and she talks to me. She's like, oh, when's the bus coming? I told her when the bus was coming, and I put my headphones back on, signifying that I don't want to talk right now. Mind you, I love to yap, hence this, but I didn't really want to talk in that moment, and she persisted. She asked me another question, so I was like, you know what, okay, so I'll take the headphones off. I took the headphones off. We ended up having about a 15-minute bus ride. This woman was just so joyful, and I'm analyzing her face. She has these deep crow's feet, these deep smile lines. Her skin is flawless though, but everything else is just like so deep and etched in her skin, and I can just tell that the joy that she brings to life, even just this conversation with me, a stranger, was so happy and so bright and so full of energy. And that's truly something that I want to bring into 2026, but for the rest of my life, because I think that is such a full life lived, to be able to say that you found joy in everything, or that you sought happiness out. Oh my gosh. Ooh, that just, it gives me chills, because it's like, dude, you were just a happy person. Like, in a world full of plenty of reasons to be upset and bothered, you were just happy. The next one is you can just be. You can just exist. That's it. I'm the eldest daughter, so I've been helping people most of my life, and I always like to be busy. I always like to do stuff. In fact, I'm known for being busy. Like, when people text me, hey, love to hang out, I know you're busy though, like, it always sneaks its way into my life, being busy and doing something, and always working. Like, I would bring my computer to friend hangouts, and it was just getting so excessive, to the point where, at least these past few months, I've just been like, let's be present, let's be here, let's be in this atmosphere, let's soak it all in. And giving myself the permission to do that has been, I think, revolutionary for me, because I've always been doing something, and you can just exist. And that is just so beautiful to me. You don't have to always do something, or you don't always have to help anyone. You can just do what you want to do. And I've been filling that time up with reading a lot recently, which has been crazy. I have a friend who put me onto this book, which I'll be talking about in a second. And the joy that I found, no stress, no overthinking, no overwhelm, just being, just living. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. And to my point about things that I really want to bring into 2026, that's definitely one of them. Just to be. Are you kidding? Just be. You don't have to do all the time. Just be. Number 8 is a bit of a heavy one, actually, and that is, you will die. You will die. Like I mentioned, I have a friend, and she put me onto this book. It's called Tuesdays with Maury, and it's following a professor and his student. They are well out of the classroom now. The student he has an actual career. And the professor is dying, and every Tuesday they meet up together and they just talk about life. And Maury, which is the dying man, he's dying of AWS. He's talking about what he's derived from his life, and I just find it so beautiful, his mindset on the deathbed, because being in the thick of your life, especially being young, there are things that we are pushing off until later in life. It can wait to prioritize working, or prioritize grinding, or prioritize school, or there's just so many things that we neglect in ourselves, or at least that I was neglecting in myself, especially when it came to friendships and, again, being present. And reading that book was transformational to me, because the things that he cares about are things that I know I internally care about, but I push aside and no, let me get back to work. Another thing that happened surrounding the you will die theme is my aunt passed 3 days ago now, and it really got me thinking about my morality and what I want my life to amount to, but then also what I want to be known for, in a way. In terms of my morality, I'm realizing, like, I will die one day, and what are the things that make me happy, and how can I incorporate more of that into my life today, especially being on the cusp of a new year. I'm telling you, like, everybody's adding more to their plate. Everybody is, oh, I gotta get this, and then I'm gonna move that way, and I'm gonna make moves, and I'm gonna grind. But truthfully, what would 85-year-old you want more of in this life? That was a question that I heard on a Diary of a CEO podcast, and it really got me thinking, like, shoot, what would 85-year-old me want more of? And I promise you, all the things are surrounded around joy and happiness and love and people. They're not surrounded about work and grinding. And that's not to say that that's not important, because trust and believe, a girl will work and a girl will grind. But it is to say that in your pursuit of success, make sure that you are nourishing this part of you, because being this young will never come again. You will never be this young again. You are the oldest you've ever been, but also the youngest you ever will be. And I think cherishing this moment in our lives is something that is imperative to long-term fulfillment. Oh, Also on that topic is giving people their flowers, because I've made it a point this year to really tell people how I feel about them, because the privilege it is to have someone to talk to and make sure that they understand the impact that they've had on your life is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Well, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity in the terms that when someone is gone, they're gone. You can't call them up anymore. You can't say like, oh yeah, you were this way to me. Like, it just doesn't happen. So something that I'm taking into 2026 is being more open about my love for people and just letting them know how happy they make me, or what it means to be a friend of theirs and how they've impacted my life, and just giving people their flowers. There's no reason to wait until somebody's in the grave to give them their flowers. Like, what? My dad was telling me that he was mentioning something about work, and it came up about giving people their flowers. It made me think about my other relationships and how I want to make sure that you know how much you have impacted my life. So the 9th one is to keep your eyes on Jesus. To keep your eyes on Jesus. The most overwhelmed that I felt this year was when I was so busy that I wasn't prioritizing my relationship with the Lord and trust and believe. Every time I do that, I feel like I'm drowning, and it makes me think of when Jesus called Peter onto the water and then he started sinking because he started looking around him. The life that we all live will throw storms, will throw waves, will have still waters, and everything in between. But there is only one person. There's only one person who can truly calm that storm, and that is Jesus. And from fasting to praying to being in my word to reading my Bible, all of that, just keeping my eyes centered and locked on Jesus, has given me a peace that I can't even describe. I can't even describe it. There's been situations in this year where I was justified to crash out, when I was justified to be sad, when I was justified to be overwhelmed and stressed. And the only reason I did it was because of God. That's the only reason. So keep your eyes locked on Jesus, period. And the 10th one is you choose. You literally get to choose. I've made it my mission this year to really learn what it means to have accountability in situations where, again, going back to number 1, control your controllables. But you are the author of your life. And for the longest time, I think I was just a passive passenger in my own life. I was just riding. I was just down for the ride. And it really clicked, especially this month. This is a December finding, that you are the author of your story. You make what your life is. You can choose what you do, who you are, what you think, who you spend your time with, what you decide to be. All of that is up to you. And I think I was avoiding it because it seems like a burden in a sense. Like, oh my gosh, this is all up to me. But it is such a blessing. What do you mean I get to choose what I want to do? What do you mean I get to choose that I want to make content? What do you mean I get to choose who I hang out with? Like, that is such a cool privilege to look at life. Like, I get to pick me. Hello. Like, and God, you entrusted me with all this stuff that I get to pick. Bro, it's incredible. It's really incredible. So yes, these are just 10 of the major things that I learned in 2025, and moving on into 2026, these are definitely things that I will be keeping in mind. Just being present and being aware and looking for growth and just loving more. I'm so excited for 2026 and what it has to bring. So with that said, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, share it to your mama. No, I'm just joking. But like and subscribe. And I will see y'all very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.